Wednesday night is the 5th-year anniversary of All Elite Wrestling, AEW Dynamite, doing a live show from Pittsburgh, which you can watch on TBS at 8 o'clock. Then Thursday night, we'll actually be here in Toledo at the Huntington Center filming Saturday's Collision, which you can watch on TNT. Tony Khan is the CEO, GM, and head of creative for All Elite Wrestling, AEW Dynamite's 5th anniversary, live from Pittsburgh Wednesday. And Tony Khan is joining me now on the Scott Sands Show.
Hi, Scott.
Hey, Tony. Hey, you sound, don't take this the wrong way, you sound much more mild-mannered than I expected the head of AEW Wrestling to sound.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks, Scott.
So Collision is coming to town, but before that, you've got a 5-year anniversary Dynamite Wednesday from Pittsburgh.
Absolutely. It's going to be a huge week. It's this Wednesday night, 8 p.m. on TBS. We're celebrating the 5-year anniversary of Wednesday Night Dynamite. We've had some great shows right there, and this Wednesday we'll celebrate all the great shows we've had over the years all around the world, and it's going to be a great event. October 2nd, 2019 was the first ever episode of Dynamite. Now, 5 years later, October 2nd, this Wednesday, 2024, the 5th anniversary show, and you better believe we got a lot to celebrate, plus we're going to load it up with great fights Wednesday night on TBS.
AEW really seems to have come on strong very quickly. What void are you filling that wasn't there for wrestling fans previously?
Well, there's a great history of wrestling on TNT and TBS. In fact, in particular on TBS, it goes back to the 1970s.
Yeah.
It's a history of over 50 years of wrestling.
Well, I was a fan of Mid-South Wrestling on TBS as a kid growing up.
Yeah, I was a big fan of Mid-South Wrestling, too. I love those shows. And there's so many great wrestling shows over the years on TBS. And I have to say that over the years, there's been such a great tradition of wrestling built up on the Superstation TBS that after it had been almost 20 years with no wrestling on TNT and TBS, I was really excited to bring that back and have AEW available to the fans every week. We started out only on Wednesdays, and we've been doing that, like I said, 5 years this week, and expanded it to TNT on the weekends. And I just think it's a lot of fun. It's 52 weeks a year. It's worldwide. And wrestling is one of those businesses that really has got fans in every pocket of the planet. And all of us know wrestling fans, and there's wrestling fans everywhere. And in the digital era, we're all connected. And I think that's really what's helped make AEW a big success.
The 5-year anniversary Dynamite Wednesday night from Pittsburgh on TBS. And then you're coming to town. You're coming to the Huntington Center Thursday night to film Saturday's Collision on TNT. We've got tickets available for that at Ticketmaster.com. So a busy week. I mean, you guys are on the road all the time. You and the behind-the-scenes crew, the film crew, and, of course, the athletes themselves are always traveling.
Yeah, absolutely. It's 52 weeks a year. I can't wait to come there later this week. Thursday, we'll be filming a huge episode of Collision right after that 5th anniversary Dynamite, and everyone will be able to watch it Saturday night, 8 p.m. on TNT. Everyone's going to be there Thursday night in person, and they're going to be able to watch it Saturday night on TNT. They'll be in two places at once. It's a lot like my favorite movie, Time Cop.
We're talking.
And,
yeah.
But I think Wednesday will be a great show on TBS, and then I look forward to being there to see all of you in person for the live show on Thursday.
Tony Khan is CEO, GM at All Elite Wrestling. I've got to be honest, Tony, like I said, I grew up with Mid-South Wrestling, so I'm talking about people like Junkyard Dog and Mr. Wrestling too, but I don't follow it as closely today. I know you got fans of all ages. Who are some of the stars of All Elite Wrestling that we'll see either Wednesday night on TBS or here in the Huntington Center on Thursday night?
Great questions. Well, we've got top stars that you're going to see throughout this week. Big names like the AEW World Champion Bryan Danielson. We've got, of course, Jon Moxley, who is a huge name, the 3-time former AEW champion, and he'll challenge Bryan Danielson October 12th on pay-per-view at Wrestle Dream. Jon Moxley, one of the greatest wrestlers ever in AEW, and I think one of the greatest wrestlers ever to come out of the state of Ohio. And I grew up, like you, a big fan of the Mid-South wrestling, the great wrestlers. We say AEW is where the best wrestle. I really believe that. We've got so many top stars. Will Ospreay, the international champion. Mercedes Moné, the TBS champion. Adam Copeland, the former TNT champion. Christian Cage, also a former TNT champion, and those two are like brothers and have one of the most iconic partnerships and rivalries ever in wrestling. And so many great names. One of our biggest names ever retired this year, undefeated, and that would be Sting, somebody who, in fact, goes back to those Mid-South wrestling days you were talking about and wrestled on the Superstation. And I think a lot of us grew up watching, and it was so great to be able to give Sting that perfect retirement send-off. He retired undefeated as a World Tag Team Champion, and his partner, who he went undefeated with, Darby Allin, is also one of the best young stars in the world of wrestling today. MJF is a top star. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, will be taking on the Professor, Serena Deeb.
Now he's a weird cat, right? He's like an actual dentist that then goes and wrestles during the week. That's so odd to me.
Yeah, that's true. I think it's wrestling is all about the unusual, and in this case, it's very interesting. Somebody who is a real doctor, a real dentist, absolutely, like you just said, man, and she will be wrestling Wednesday night on TBS. Is a great world champion in wrestling and also has been a great dentist outside of wrestling.
She's just trying to create her own customer base.
Absolutely. She knocks people's teeth out and then she can put them back in.
Tony Khan is CEO GM at All Elite Wrestling. Again, Collision will be here at the Huntington Center filming on Thursday night. Tickets are still available at Ticketmaster.com, and you can watch the 5th year anniversary of AEW Dynamite Wednesday night from Pittsburgh on TBS. Tony, you're also the head of creative at All Elite Wrestling. How do you map these things out? I mean, how do you know how the 52 weeks are going to play out? That's got to be an evolving chessboard for you to figure out.
It is. It really is. I love pro wrestling, and I'm really blessed to be able to work in wrestling and football, my favorite things. And it's a lot of fun. Like you said, there's so many exciting matchups and so many things happening in the company. And it's really a privilege to be a matchmaker in the pro wrestling business. And it's a sport, like we're saying, with fans that are talking all the time, connected all over the world. And the great thing for us is there's a lot of positive buzz on AEW. People love our pay-per-views. You look at the reviews throughout this year, every pay-per-view we've done this year has been a home run hit, and that's really a great way to endear yourself to the wrestling fan because there's so much avidity in the wrestling business, and AEW's fans are very avid fans, and I think that's why they're going to be all so eager to celebrate this Wednesday night on TBS, 8 p.m., that 5th anniversary.
Tony, you mentioned that you're also involved in the NFL. You're the, if I'm getting this right, chief football strategy officer with the Jaguars. You know, we got a lot of Browns fans, a lot of Lions fans, some Steelers fans, Bengals fans all around here. What exactly is the football strategy with the Jaguars this year?
Well, we're not off to the start we want, but I think it's early in the season and everybody's got to work hard together. I think we can really turn the season around together, and that's really the message coming out of yesterday's game is I think we all have to stick together. You know, these have been a lot of competitive games for the most part, 3-1 score games. So I think there's a lot of talent on the team and in the building, and I expect, that we have a good chance to turn it around starting this weekend with the Colts coming to Jacksonville.
There's a lot of football left to play. Tony, it's so nice to talk with you. Congratulations. Wednesday night, 5-year anniversary of AEW Dynamite from Pittsburgh, 8 o'clock on TBS. Then Thursday, I hope to see everybody in the Huntington Center for the filming of Collision, which you can also watch on TNT Saturday night. Tony, are you coming to town? Will you be here?
100%. I've never missed a show. I'm at all the shows, other than when I got taken out with the neck brace. But I've worked at every show, and I will be there. And excited to see all of you Thursday in person. And if you can't make it to Pittsburgh, which is, I know it's a long ride, for Wednesday, you can watch that anniversary show on TBS. And then, like you said, we'll be coming there Thursday to the Huntington Center in Toledo, and hopefully fans will be able to drive in. I look forward to seeing you all Thursday, and for everybody, if you drive in, I'll try to come over, and especially for all the kids in the building, we'll try to take pictures, sign autographs. It's a lot of fun, the wrestling shows, and hopefully see you all Thursday, and hope you can all watch the show Wednesday on TBS, too.
So many great fans. And look, our studios are like 2 blocks away from the Huntington Center. Hit me up if you want to come over and hang out.
I would love that, and hopefully see you before the show and at the show.
You got it. Tony Khan here on the Scott Sands Show. Thanks, Tony.
Thank you.